So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a kind of a seaside, beautiful boating lake type of scenery. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Oh, there's the camera. So this is what it looks like. And I'm going to be using the Brusho crystals. So you saw the Brusho set before, you know what that looks like. That's a set of 12 that I had. And I've got a couple of colours here, and I'm going to hopefully do this in front of you. For those of you who can stay and watch and see how it works. So I'm not going to actually throw the powder onto this watercolor paper. I'm just going to mix it in with water to begin with, so to turn it into watercolor basically. So that's the plan. So let's try and do that, I guess. But before I do that, I want to quickly show you something. So I actually, what's really interesting is I received something this morning in the post that I really wasn't expecting. And it's this. Okay, so it's actually from, you may know him, but he's a fellow fluid artist, Lance Travis. And he's actually, I'm really surprised to get this because he's actually on holiday at the moment. So he's in beautiful Mexico. And so he's in beautiful Mexico. He's posting all his amazing photographs on Facebook at the moment, of beautiful sunsets, clifftop walks, and it's absolutely stunning out there. As you know, Mexico is very beautiful. But he's managed to send me something in a post, and I really want to see what it is. So I haven't opened it yet, so I'm going to try and cut this open and see what it is. But it is really nice to get a surprise in the post after coming back from work, after a very long taxing day at work actually. So I'm gonna cut this open and see if I can okay, we don't need that, so I hope I don't cut whatever's in there. Just cutting this willy-nilly, so I'm not taking up too much time for everyone. So, oh my goodness. So I've got this. So what I have here is a little note that says, "Happy holidays. This is your inspiration, Bloom Fairy. Oh, hang her on your tree or in your house or studio. She will bring luck and love all year long. Tazzy, I hope you have a wonderful holiday season filled with love and laughter. Love you, Lance." Oh, that's so sweet. And it's got this lovely stamp here. Your holiday happily ever after, fairy tale sale. So yeah, oh, look at this. And I know what this is. This is something I think, like, these are little fairies that Lance hand makes. So he's very crafty, as you can see. So he's made this beautiful fairy. Oh, it's gorgeous. What do you think of that? Nope, I nearly dropped her. She's got beautiful hair. Look at the little halo. So cute. Yep, and little spindly legs. She's beautiful. How creative is that? And how crafty is Lance? How stunning. I'm so impressed with this. I think my girls as well, one who's 5 and Sophia and Soraya, will love this as well when they see it in the morning. It's past the bedtime here now. It's quite late, so I'll show it to them in the morning. Thank you so much, Lance. That's really lovely to send me a handmade crafted gift from you for the holidays. I'm really appreciative. I love it. Love that a bit. So I'm going to show the girls in the morning. So I'll pop that over there and we'll get on with some painting, shall we? Okay, so yeah, he does do the awesome little fairies, doesn't he, Christy? You're right. It is really precious, Donna. How sweet. It's so nice as well to receive gifts in the post, isn't it? Especially in the holiday season. It's really heart-touching. So yeah, I'm really lucky to have friends like him and you guys as well. And thank you again for joining me today. Hi, Michael. Hi, Betty. Hi, Michelle. Yeah, it is lovely, Michelle. Hi, Wombat. It's really nice that you could make it. Hi, Mike. Of course, Donna, my friend. Linda. Oh God, there's a lot of people here. That's quite nice considering. So, okay, so let's get on with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to, probably the first thing I should do is mix up my, I call them pigments, but they're not really pigments. They're more crystals, aren't they? So we'll do the C part to begin with, I think. So we'll need ultramarine. And I'm a little bit limited with colors here because what I have is a set of 12. And I know they have an awful lot more in terms of like Brusho sets. And I think Donna can tell you probably how many they actually have. She probably has the whole set, knowing Donna. She's just got a massive warehouse of supplies. And I do wish I lived closer to you guys so I could just come over and play around with some of the stuff like products and things that we all have and share and swap and things. That would be really cool. So I've got ultramarine down. I'm going to add turquoise as well. I don't know if you can, I've realised you can't even see this. I'm going to have to move over so you can see it. Right, can you see that? Yes, you can see it now. Sorry. So I've got turquoise now. I'm going to add the turquoise in my palette, and I've already put some water. See, I did prepare something. I did add a couple of drops of water into my wells in my palette, and I'm adding these crystals on top of that as well. So we've got that. I think maybe a little, I know it sounds a little crazy, but who doesn't like crazy? Bit of purple maybe, see what that looks like, because when the colours blend on the watercolour paper, they do create some nice variances of colour. So yeah, we'll see how that looks. I'm going to grab a couple of smaller brushes. Actually, I don't think I have many smaller brushes here, but we'll see what we can do with what we have. And I'm just going to mix this up. So I'm going to mix that up to begin with. Maybe there's too much water, quite possibly too much water in this. And again, it's trial and error really, isn't it? Because I've not really used Brusho apart from the one time, apart from the first time I did it. And it's a bit of a trick really to kind of, it's tricky to find out exactly how much water to Brusho crystals you need to have enough pigment on the watercolor paper. So maybe actually a little bit more. I think that's not enough, so we'll try that again. I think turquoise was in the middle, wasn't it? And I put these push pins in to make it easier to use them. When I first got the box, I remember opening one of these up and it just went everywhere. It was like dust flying everywhere, a bit like pigments, you know, eye candy, this little piggy pigments. It flies everywhere, doesn't it? You kind of breathe it in, so which is very bad for your health. So okay, so we've done that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a bit of water now to my to this watercolor paper. So I'm just going to try and skip the boat. I just went right over it, I think. I notice I'm not really looking at the chat because I'm so not used to doing this that I'm not even paying attention to what you guys are saying, but I will get the hang of it at some point. So I'm just going to lay the water down to begin with, and we'll do the first step, and I'll scroll back and see what you guys have been saying. So yeah, so I've just popped all the water down with my large brush, and I'm going to take the medium-sized brush and just add my colours, I guess. And I can see already it's spreading. It's a nice kind of way that it spreads. And I hope you can see that. Maybe you can't. Maybe I'll bring it closer to you. So that's a much more vibrant colour now I've got. And you can see the water allows it to spread. Put a little bit of purple in, why not? And right off the paper as well. So I'm going to wash my brush now. There's a lot of things that are right out of sight here now with the screen being a bit rectangular. So let's just add a bit more purple. So I'm just going to keep adding a bit more of these colours in between the colours I've already got. So what colour do you think the boat should be? Any suggestions? I quite like the purple actually, so I'm going to put a bit more of that in. So I think that's quite nice. So what have I learned so far today? The first is always test a new approach. So next time I will definitely test this and see if it works. So I will test, obviously I didn't really think about the horizontal and vertical options with the lives. I think Wombat's done a few, so he probably knows a lot more. I think, Christy, did you say you've done a live before? I think you have, haven't you, love? Of course, you know what my skies look like, Mike. Waiting for purple. Why not? It's because I mean, if you think about it, I'm not going to put orange really in C, would I? So a little bit of purple can't harm. And you know, it's Christy's favourite colour after all, right? So who doesn't like purple? Everyone loves purple, I'm sure of it. Yeah, I won't put any mad colours into the sky, I promise. Not like I have done in the past. To be honest, I think when I did that video, I was quite nervous about using Brusho for the first time and messing it up. And for that reason, I didn't actually even think about the colours. I just laid them down without thinking. And then when somebody mentioned, hey, does that colour really go in the sky? I was like, well, actually, you're right. It doesn't. Yeah. And it's quite nice because you can just reactivate it. So when you put water on it, because I had quite a lot of blue here. So I'm going to try and take it right off or lighten it a little bit. Take it around the boat. I've actually coloured the boat in here in my brush. So I'm just adding some, and I quite like the little bits of white that are still left over, you know, gives it some kind of interest. Okay, so I'm going to leave that, and I'm just going to bring it up to you and show you. Nothing spectacular to look at, but again, you know, I'm just really trying to do the best I can with the fact that I've not set this up very well today. Right, so we're going to actually what I'm going to do is add the sky next. So actually not the sky, the greenery. So we've got the hills in the background, and I'm going to need some greens for that. So all we've got here in terms of greens are emerald green and leaf green. So I'll add a couple of those into my palette now. So we'll start with emerald green. And again, it's easy enough to put a base down and later go into it with more detail with pens and inks and all sorts of other things. So it doesn't have to be solely a watercolour painting. This one is leaf green. So I'm just adding that. And then we'll add a bit of yellow. Go. Don't probably need much of any of those colours, but maybe a little bit of black. I'll Tony, are you still live, love? Still going, are you? YouTube is just a very strange creature, isn't it? Just none of us ever know what it's really doing, just randomly doing things. So I'm going to mix my green up here. Add a bit more water. Wow, that's quite strong, isn't it, really? That green. Really strong. Probably should have left that for last because I'll add a lot more water into it to thin it down. And I'm going to mix the other colour up. Add some water to it. And then mix it up as well. There doesn't seem to be much difference between these two greens, actually. There's a very slight difference to it. You probably can't see it from there. But, yeah. I mean, when I set this up next time, I know to bring the camera much closer to the canvas if it's a watercolour or something that's detailed. So that's the two colours of the greens. So this is slightly darker on the left. Okay, and then maybe I'll mix the yellow up as well while I'm at it. Let's just add some water to it. I'm adding the green water to it, so get some funny colour. It's really, really soluble, so you can see actually it doesn't take a lot to mix it up. It's instant almost, which is really cool because it's less work for you in the long run. And then what I'll do is I'll mix the black up as well and lighten that a fair bit with lots of water, so water it down. Okay, so I can add detail with this black then. You can see that, can't you? It's turned into a kind of a brown actually. Right, I'll pop that down there and wash my brush up. Try my brush a little bit and see what you guys are saying. That green is beautiful. Which one? There's two. Was it the leaf green? So I think this one was the emerald green and that one was the leaf green, unless I'm wrong. I'm not sure. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, are you really buying a set of Brusho? Brilliant. That's great news. I'm really happy that somebody actually got inspired to actually try them out. That's really sweet. Yeah, you're right, Michelle. You've got a really keen eye, Michelle, better than mine. So yeah, there's more blue tone in one and more yellow tone in the other. Yeah, if anyone wants Brushos, Donna's got an entire set. Just go round Donna's. Okay. What are you having, Betty? Anything tasty? Not haggis or anything, right? Nothing weird. I actually don't understand why people eat haggis. There's certain things in the world I don't understand why people eat. Just, with all the options that we have, they still choose to eat certain things that are like, ugh, I don't know. And we were having this conversation before in one of the lives about the types of things that people have been experimental enough to try to eat, like insects and things. And I couldn't do it even for survival, I don't think. So, yeah, horses for courses. I'm adding all my yellows in to begin with, and I noticed I didn't actually add water to this. I'm just going straight in on the dry paper. Why no, there's no real reason or rhyme to it. I quite like the yellow. I'm hoping that if I do it this way, it'll stay on the paper instead of get blended out or overwhelmed by the darker colours I'm going to put on in a minute. So I'm trying to make sure I don't cover that boat. Sailing boat. Okay, so what I'll probably do next is add some water to this. So I'm going to just go over I keep saying canvas all the time because I'm so used to using canvases, and I guess a lot of you guys are as well. So used to using canvases and not watercolor paper, obviously. So having not done this, so I yeah, sorry if I keep saying canvas all the time. So I'm just literally just wetting the paper at this point. And I'm not getting, if you notice, like if you saw my last video with the Brusho set, I'm not getting any of those kind of specks, specks that look like specks of dust, specks of granules that I haven't disintegrated. Um, so yeah, it would be a different look to my last one, I think, with this particular painting. And a quick shameless plug. Most of you already know this anyway, as your friends, and you all know each other quite well, which because the fluid art community is such a good, tight knit, close one, a supportive one. But we've got the Fluid Art Express Christmas special coming up. If I'm not right, if I'm not wrong, I think it's on the 16th or 15th, 16th maybe, of December. So try and join us for that because it's going to be a lot of fun. I did a beautiful piece. I'd really like to get it seen. I really hope you like it. And I know all of my fellow artists, I think there's 22 guest artists coming to that. Well, not coming to it, but contributing to that. So it's definitely going to be a worth a watch. There's going to be some exciting, interesting pieces that are showcased, and you can see them materialize before your eyes. So a big shout out to Darren, aka Wombat, from Venom Fluid Art, and Christy from Creations by Christy, who have organised that. And it is a lot of organisation for that many people as well. So they're doing really amazing with that. And it's going to be a lot of fun, like I said. So do try and come along to it and see what we have for you. Oh, okay, so what I need to do next is add my other colours, and here's what I'm panicking a little bit. Oh, what did you send back, Michelle? I'm just trying to catch up here. Hi, August. How you doing, mate? Did you get your painting done, August? I know you said you were trying to catch up on a painting. I absolutely love how this watercolor just literally spreads. It's beautiful. So it's finding that water and it's just spreading out and mixing. And you can see I'm not a natural watercolor artist, probably because I am putting it in blocks because I've not had much experience with watercolors at all. So I'm not even sure if I'm doing this right, really, but I'm just going to keep adding water and the mixed up colors to my scene. And then I'm going to go in with a darker color. So I did start with the lighter colors. I don't know why that is. I just thought I should. So um, oh, okay. So it's not what you wanted to do, August. So that's a pity, but you're going to try it again. That's fine. That's the best thing about it, isn't it? You could just give it another go. And you can also scrape and keep what you did already if you're not going to. There's no real wastage if you can use that again, the paint that you used. It happens to all of us. It just happens regularly to me, actually. So I uh, I did a few Christmas decoration pours recently. I did three actually, but only one worked out, so the other two looked terrible. So I just, obviously, I'm not gonna use them on a video or anything. You always think that something like watercolor would be quite easy to do, on a live, but in reality, unless you've practiced it and know the technique quite well, you know how to make it look good, it's not actually that easy, you know. I mean, this will probably end up looking like a 2-year-old did it in the end. So I haven't got really high hopes for it. In fact, my daughter could probably do better, really. I'll show you one of her drawings. because she's getting on really, really well with that imaginative drawing, like drawing just straight out of her head. Her cats and dogs are amazing. They're like something you'd see in an illustration in a book, to be honest, and I'm quite impressed. I have to see if I can find one here. They're so cute. There's bound to be one here somewhere. They're in every room, so she does love drawing and painting and crafts. She takes after her mum, but my youngest daughter doesn't, so she's not that into it. She's more boisterous. She's like her dad, so. Okay, so I've got those lighter colours in. Now I'm going to put the darker green in. I wonder if you can see that. So I'm going to put the darker green. Should I put it in the background or foreground? I don't know. So, oh, you tried the bottle top pour, did you? You scraped it. Yeah, it does mean that we've learned something when we mess up. Every mistake or fail is an opportunity to learn, isn't it? Okay, so I'm gonna finish adding the last bit of darker greens around the boat, sailboat, and see how that looks then. And I can just go in again once that's dry a little bit. And sometimes I will use a blow dryer to actually dry it quicker, so I can add another layer. I didn't even do that with acrylics, to be honest. So I'm just a little bit impatient. Probably why I don't think I'd ever be a very good watercolor painter. I'm very impatient. Yeah, you're right, Linda. Watercolors do always dry lighter. I found that quite annoying with the Brusho actually. When I did the last painting, I every time I put the Brusho on with my brush, and I lift it off and think, wow, that looks amazing. And it looked amazing because it was wet, it was darker. So as soon as it dried, I was like, God, that needs another layer, and it's difficult getting that quite right, really. So this is what it's looking like now. See if I can bring it up closer to you. There's a massive lag, by the way. So I'm gonna actually get some red now, I think. I know you're probably thinking, why red? So do we want brilliant red or should we have scarlet for the sailboat? So I'm gonna paint the lower part of the sailboat red. So what I'll probably do is probably use the brilliant red maybe. So I'm just going to add the brilliant red into my palette. Here we go. And I'm going to mix it up with a very detailed brush. It needs to be super detailed. Because that part of the sailboat is absolutely tiny. So yeah, I'm gonna try and paint this. I'll bring it up closer to you and see if we can paint the sailboat. I mean, it's still wet, the paper, so I'm hoping it won't spread too much. And then it goes up. Yeah, I'm well jealous of Lance being in Mexico. The weather there looks fantastic compared to here. It's been grey and rainy for a few days now here in um, Blighty, Britain. I'm actually in South Wales here, and yeah, it can be, the weather can be hit and miss, but on the days we have sunny days, it's beautiful. I mean, Wales is beautiful as it is anyway because we've got a lot of beaches here. And if any of you went on my friend's live earlier today, Marie Louise Art, she was showing off her area of UK where she lives, down towards Devon Way, I think. So yeah, she has some beautiful beaches there as well. It's stunning. So we've got that. Oh, actually, there's a little bit more red on the other boat, so I just didn't notice those, so I'll pop those in as well. And another one here. Right, I'm gonna see if I've missed anything on the. Oh, hi, Jeanette, you came. Brilliant. Oh, thank you. Who else is here? Thank you, Michael. That's really sweet of you. Um, I'm trying to catch up with what Linda's saying there about Steve. Um, oh, about Janice, yeah. Is it Janice or Janice? I'm probably pronouncing your name wrong, so sorry if I am. Wow, 40 to 50 degrees. Oh, really? Oh, I want to be there anywhere that's warm for me. I don't do well in the cold. I hate having a heating on actually. It just dries up your skin so bad, and it's really bad for everything, your sinuses, for allergies and everything really. So I'm just in the wrong country, I think, because much of the year is pretty much cold and rainy here. Um, so okay, so I think there's a little one by there as well. So we'll just do that one. I'm almost at the end now because I'm not going to do too much in terms of detail at this point. I think today we're just going to add a little bit of detail. I might actually put some black in. That sounds a bit mad, but I'm going to maybe see if I can put some more detail into them. These, sorry, I know you can't probably see that, but into these sailboat. So I'm going to add the mast. Got a big long mast going straight to the top. And go. I'm so happy you guys are having a nice chit chat there in the chat box, and that's really lovely to see that everybody's kind of having a nice chat. It's really sweet. Try the frugal crafter. She makes it so easy to do watercolors, not kidding. Really? Wow. It's not fine art, but she does a little bit of everything. I watched her for years. Oh, right. I'll definitely check her out, Donna. Thank you. I don't actually watch any watercolor artists on YouTube. I don't think I ever have. But yeah, I need a list of people to watch to learn a bit more from. Sandy does classes for all levels. She's outstanding. Sandy? Which Sandy is that? You probably put it up further. Oh, I don't know if you put I'll have to look up Sandy, whoever that is. But yeah, it is. I mean, it's really pretty. I obviously would want to go in with darker colours, and if I had an entire set, I think I would have a bit more kind of light and dark and contrast. Um, Either that or I'm meant to be mixing these colours up. I don't know. So maybe I'm meant to be mixing some of these colours up to make it darker. But yeah, it's a little bit light at the moment. So again, I realise you can't really see much because most of the picture's taken up by my laptop, isn't it? So yeah, we'll sort the setup up. Okay, last bit now. Okay, so last push. So I'm going to do the sky. What I'm doing is dipping my paintbrush into the water there. And I actually need to move this pad off. And I'm going to just add the water to my paper. There we go. More. So if I were to do a live again, I probably wouldn't bore you too much with a watercolor, but what would you like me to do on a live? What would you like to see instead, creatively speaking? I know August wants me to show my face. He's just mentioned it today, but yeah, I'm still thinking about that one. It might be a while before I do that. I'm not completely averse to it. It's just, yeah, I love the whole kind of, Wombat does it as well, where the whole anonymity of being online is really cool. Oh, thank you, Linda. That's really sweet. I thought I was boring you, but yeah. So I'm just gonna add my last bit of blue now to the sky. So I put loads of water on there. I'm just gonna do a wash straight across. Maybe I will just leave bits of white. I don't know. What do you think? Try not to go over the boat. um, and then just get some water. Donna, do they have white crystals out of interest, or do they not? I mean, like the Brusho colours, the set that you have. I'm wondering what other colours you have. To be fair, I haven't really been on the website to see what other colours they have. I've just ordered this. I just ordered this starter kit. So I've done one colour. I wonder if I should go in now and ruin it by keep layering it. What do you think? Maybe not, but let's see what happens, shall we? So okay, right, okay. I better leave now because I've noticed that it's almost 11 o'clock here in the evening, and I know that Wombat is on next with Venom Fluid Art and Christy as well. So guys, if you are free, please do go join them on their lives. They're up very soon. So I think that's it for now. I'm just going to show you what I've done. Okay. And here is what it looks like with basic watercolor, Brusho watercolors. Okay, so you can see the colors in the sea. You can see the colors in the hills. I would probably darken that up a lot more and put more detail into the green part of it. Okay, and you can see the sky as well. So thank you all for joining me. I'm really happy. I will go and watch the chat back because I know I missed a lot of comments. Thank you, August. Thanks, Mike. Thank you, Michelle. Thanks, Donna. Thanks, Linda. Thanks, Janice. And everybody else who joined me. Thank you, Venom. Wombat. That's really sweet. Oh, white and black Brusho. That's fantastic. Yep, that's what I need, the white Brusho, but I don't have it. So yeah, a bit limited with the colours. But again, I actually like this. I mean, for a base colour, I actually like this. I think it's really nice. So I'll probably add a lot more details to it. I might use pens to add the details to it, or another different type of medium. But yeah, I'll show you when it's finished. I'll just post a picture up on my community page as well. But thanks so much for making my first ever live not as stressful as I thought it would be. It was stressful, to be fair, but yeah, at least I've learned a few things along the way, and I hopefully will see you on the next one if I do one. Thank you all very much, and see you again soon. Bye. And go and join Ben and Fluid Art. See you there. Bye. How do I stop this? Yes, I know.